Hey.
Yeah. Peace and love, family. Welcome to another show, another episode of Candid Conversation.
Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday.
Hump day, hump day.
Yes, I hope everybody's had a wonderful day. Productive,
Right?
effective,
Positive.
blessed. Yes, joyful.
Yeah. All of that good stuff.
Yes.
Welcome, family. Come on in, get comfortable, get settled, let your hair down. And if you have a spirit.
Don't get too comfortable now. We want you all to tune in and have some comments.
Tune in, tap in.
Yes.
All of that good stuff. If this is your first time being with us, the Candid family, I am King George, aka Mr. Knowledge is Power. And if you wonder who this beautiful lady is to my left, this is my queen, my one and only, the beautiful, the gorgeous
Natalie, Nicole.
Bam, there it is.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. The time has went by so fast. It is already 9 o'clock. Does it feel like 9 o'clock to you?
Oh man, it flew by.
Yeah.
It flew by.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you know they say time flies when you're having fun.
When you're having fun. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Okay.
But yeah, again, welcome everybody. I hope everything is going well. It is hump day.
Yes.
If you guys missed the last show, go ahead and go back and watch that because it was a great show. So you definitely want to go back and see it if you missed it.
Right.
And yeah, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Thumbs up, thumbs up. All the support, we appreciate it. For our day ones and the Candid family and those that are just joining us.
Yes, thanks for your comments, your feedback. Thanks for being live with us. Right. And giving us your input. We absolutely love it. So thank you so much. And then shout out to Miss Debbie. Like Miss Debbie shares so much. Like I'm strolling down Facebook or whatnot, and I just see Miss Debbie, and I think of her beautiful big smile, man. Right? And she's sharing everything. So thank you so much for sharing. Also, shout out to Nia as well. Yeah. Nia is running for State House District 140.
She is.
Thank you so much for sharing. I noticed as well that you were sharing some of the content. So we appreciate you all very much. Very much.
We do.
We have a tribe of people out there that we are here to reach. We're not for everybody. So we do appreciate those who join us and who are with us on Wednesdays and Sundays.
That's right. That's right. And before we jump into the meat and potatoes, we want to thank our sponsors, Tri-City Fatherhood Group.
Yes.
So if you don't know anything about Tri-City Fatherhood Group, Tri-City Fatherhood Group is a family of men and women, but particularly men in African American community who are dealing with Title 4D If you don't know what that is child support.
Yes.
So not a lot of people understand how the child support system works. So that's where Tri-City Fatherhood Group comes in at. You can definitely go to tricityfatherhoodgroup.com to get more information, reach out to them. They offer consultations, they offer training, they offer advice, and just basically a whole education on the system as it pertains to child support. So definitely reach out to them. We appreciate Tri-City Fatherhood Group. Again, go to tricityfatherhoodgroup.com. You can also find them on Facebook at Tri-City Fatherhood Group. So yeah, shout out to Tri-City Fatherhood Group and thank them for being a sponsor.
Yeah. And then also to Role Model Academy, all things modeling, acting, and personal development. They are doing great things in the community as it regards youth, young adults, and older adults. So check out web pages, check out social media, find out a little bit more about what they are and what they're doing and how they're contributing to the community in a positive way. In a positive way.
That's right. That's right. And we have a new sponsor. Inner Club Council is the Inner Club. Wait, let me make sure I'm saying it right. Hold on, let me make sure. I want to mess up.
Yes, let's get it right.
Yeah. I don't want to mess up the name. So it is. Just had it. Bam.
Okay.
The Inner Club Council of Columbus.
Yes.
So the Inner Club Council of Columbus, they're a new sponsor. We appreciate them. But what they do is they bring all businesses and organizations together in one spot to properly plan out different events to prevent, a lot of events happening not only at the last minute, but on the same days.
Right.
So Inner Club Council of Columbus offers a platform for everybody to come together and to schedule different dates and times of events that are happening in Columbus, plan them out so everything is not planned on the same day.
Right.
And plan it so people will know way ahead of time.
Yeah.
So that people can attend.
Right. So we can collaborate and we can support with maximum support and outcome. And see, the thing with that is that if you're an organization in this community and you know that annually you have the same events or that you're planning, your calendar has already been made for the year, don't wait a month before, 2 weeks before, a week of, to put those events out. Allow us as a community the opportunity to plan accordingly and support. So it's important that, we do, excuse me, we do a great job with, and there are some people who are excellent, like, planning is their forte. And so you'll see stuff for 2025 is already posted in social media and Eventbrite. That is excellent. That gives us an opportunity as a culture, as a community, to be able to support one another effectively.
That's right. Right. And it's definitely needed in the Tri-City area. It's definitely a need there. So yeah, make sure you definitely email us, send over your events so that, we can put it out there and make sure people are knowing about it and it doesn't conflict with somebody else's event so that everybody can, attend, a bunch of these different events without having to make a decision. Oh, should I have to go to this one or that one?
Right.
Yeah. So that's what the Inner Club Council of Columbus offers.
Yes. And what's great about that is that I was talking with someone today and they was telling me that they received the email. So if you have not joined our email family, hey, send us an email, tell us your email so we can add you to the email list. And what was wonderful about it is they were like, the events were just going on and on and on for days.
Yeah.
So it is your opportunity to just stroll up and plan, family time, plan empowerment, plan whatever it is that's available there. And do it in a way that's not disruptive,
That's right.
So yeah, great opportunity to kind of plan what you want to get done, where you want to be, how you want to do it.
Yeah. Inner Club Council of Columbus.
Yes.
We appreciate them. So yeah, without further ado, I have a quote for us today.
All right.
Yeah, start this off right.
Listen, did we say our stuff about, it's candid?
You know what? Welcome to Candid Conversation. Again, back for the first time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, honey.
Yeah, back for the first time.
What does that mean?
Think about it.
Oh, help today.
Yeah.
But what about the part where you say it's candid?
Yeah.
But it's not important. I mean, but it.
I hear this, right? So if this is your first time here, welcome to Candid Conversation. Not popular.
Oh, okay, but important. Yes.
Oh, there it is.
Okay, yes. And so we know you know what candid is. So that's kind of being frank and just straightforward about communication, about things that's going on in the community. So we hit politics, we hit community events, we hit the school board, and we hit health, tips and things of that nature in a candid way that may not be popular. But it's important. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Honey.
So there we go. Did I miss anything else?
I think we good.
Okay.
All right.
So yeah, let me go ahead with our quote.
All right.
I know we got that out the way.
Yes.
So our quote for today says, "Change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time.
That is good.
We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change that we seek."
All right.
And that is from our former president, Barack Obama.
Oh, right. That is amazing.
Yeah, so let that sink into your spirit.
Yeah, like what do you think about that? How do you feel about that?
I love
the change.
I love it. And we are. We can't keep asking the other man for help, the other man for a handout. We, just like Barack said, we are the help. We have to help ourselves first. Before, you ask help for somebody else, we need to help ourselves first. And I believe if we do that by coming together, being unified?
Yes.
Yeah, being together, coming together. That's the only way we're gonna change the situation in our culture and in our community is to unite.
Okay.
And stick together, and of course support our own, spend our money in our own community first, before it goes out into somebody else's community. So yeah, I definitely we champion this same quote.
Now I love that because you know who I thought about? I think he's not your number one favorite person because we know Marvin Gaye is your favorite person.
Yes,
but I thought about Michael Jackson.
Okay.
What song does he have? Start with the Man in the Mirror.
Man. Oh, that's
yes. Yeah. So that's what I thought about when you said that. And that's exactly, we get in where we fit in with our gifts and our abilities and our skills and our talents and do what we do. And if everybody does that, we make the world a better place.
That's right. That's right.
Hi, Miss Ash. How you doing? Miss Lakitha.
How you doing? Come on in.
Good to see you tonight. Hope you had a wonderful day.
Right. It is hump day, so
yes.
Well, we almost to the weekend.
Yeah, we almost there.
Yeah.
All right. So where are we gonna start at? You want to start with politics? You want to start with events? You want to start with the school board? You want to start with health? Where you want to start tonight, honey?
So I want to start with. We went to another forum over the weekend. Saturday.
Yes.
And let's talk about that before we get into the other events that are coming up.
Yeah, we were a little late, like maybe 30 minutes late.
Yeah, we got there. Unfortunately, we got there a little late. We had so much going on Saturday, but
we had an opportunity to watch it live. The beginning part, anyways.
That we missed.
On social media.
Right.
And so, what was your thoughts about it? We walked in. You had all your candidates sitting at the top. And then there was a gentleman who was moderating and asking questions, and they were also taking questions from the community that was there.
Which I love.
Yeah, I love that as well. I thought that was amazing because when you have these forums, I get there's organizations who represent their organization. They may not necessarily represent everyone who's in attendance, and they would like to participate. So I love that. And I feel as if, we're at a state and age where, we also include the people on social media. So I saw someone going live back there or recording it.
Yeah.
So you get questions from everybody. And one of the things that I've learned with this election from people who are a little bit older than us is that they don't appreciate being left out. They don't appreciate being left out. They do not appreciate, us being just gone ho on social media. Let me scan this, let me email you this, let me post it on social media.
Yeah.
Some of them still like paper.
Right.
Flyers.
Yeah.
Some of them want a face-to-face conversation. So when conducting these campaigns, it's so important to have someone who's going to help you market to everyone and reach everyone, because from what I understand, like, you lose votes when you mishandle people who are invested in certain ways. So I'm just dropping that little nugget out there. Don't put all your apples in one basket. Respect those people who came before us and know that they're not necessarily on Facebook or Instagram. I mean, I just got on Instagram myself. I'm barely on TikTok, so they're definitely, most of them are not. So we still have to make sure that we are giving them the respect to reach them how we need to reach them. So I'm going to say that, but what do you think? What was your thoughts?
So first off, one thing that I absolutely loved about the forum is the majority of the forum were people that look like us, that look like me and you.
Yeah, so I think Miss Royal said we were all people of color up there. I was like, uh-oh.
Well,
she left out the lady that was not.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The majority was us.
Yes.
Yeah, the brother man.
Yes.
So, I definitely love that fact, which lets me know that things are changing.
Right.
In Columbus, because it's a far cry from what I remember as a teen and early adulthood. It didn't look like that.
Right.
Yeah, the forum the panels did not look like that. So that's one thing that I saw that struck me first and that I absolutely love. And then two, I love the fact that not only do we know some of the candidates that were up there, I like the fact that you can tell the sincerity in a lot of them, that they actually care about the community. They're in the community every day, and they want to see change. They actually want to change, the narrative about our people and about the community. Okay. So those are just a few things that I noticed that people, like I said on the panel, that look like us, were definitely sincere about making change and being a part of change, and just doing their part.
Okay, and so
to help the community and change the community.
For me, so we did listen to somewhat of the beginning of the forum that we kind of missed out on, and so what was missing for me there is that I did not hear, this candidate was unable to come today. Yeah. I send my, what have you, but unfortunately, I was not able to be here today. So then that makes me wonder why certain candidates, they show up at certain places for sure. And then other places, they're not, or they're not showing up at all. Yeah. And so that's an interesting, something that I considered interesting, because to me it's a common courtesy, common respect. If you're not going to be able to attend something, then you kind of send a little letter or a note saying, hey, I would love to be here today, but unfortunately, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So I felt like that was missing from the candidates who were not represented on that forum on Saturday. Okay. Yeah. And then two, I love some of the questions. There were some good questions. See, he's been the good guy tonight. That were I'm being the bad guy tonight. Go ahead. I love some of the questions that were asked because I like when the community gets to ask questions. I don't like when they're pre-planned and only a certain group gets to ask. Right. I like when everybody can be engaged, because I feel like you get more transparency that way. You know what I mean? Because people actually ask questions that a lot of other people want to ask and want answers to. So right. Yeah, and I feel like they did that. I feel like they answered, a lot of the questions that most people have.
they answered those questions and talked about a lot of the concerns that, you know, the community has.
Now, when you say that, one thing that came to mind is the question asked, you know, will you continue to be a part of the community, work in the community? You know, the things that you have brought up as issues or challenges, will you continue to do that whether you win or not? Thought that was a great question because, you know, I'm really big on like the proof is in the pudding already. So you don't necessarily have to be in a seat to be operating in whatever strengths or whatever you're supposed to be bringing to the community. So I thought that was a great question. Now, you know, in your mind, why would someone ask that? Are you still, whether you win or not?
That's important.
Gonna continue to contribute to the community.
Yeah, you can't show up during election time for photo ops and you know, play politics when it's election. Yeah, nobody, like we always talk about, it's time out for that.
Yeah.
You know, it's our people and our community is suffering.
Yeah.
And it's bad.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not going to change until we get people in there who actually do this 365, 24/7. You know what I mean? Somebody who actually cares about the community.
Right.
They don't really care about the notoriety. They're not there to take pictures. They are there because this is near and dear to their heart and they actually want to see change. So that's how I feel about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to me, the fact that they have to ask might infer. The fact that they have to ask might infer that they're not seeing these people in the community in the first place. And it is that they're showing up, you know, for forums and political reasons now, but where have they been, you know, what have you? And this is just in general, you know, someone could ask that question based on, you know, the fact that that it's likely they do not see the people in the community. Now they may be out there in different parts of the community. Yeah. But, you know, not equally spreading the wealth of what's needed in all parts of the community.
Yeah, if you're visible, if you're a candidate and you're visible in the community and they know who you are, there's nothing else to say. You know what I mean? You know, you don't have to get up there and say I'm doing this. I mean, of course it's good to point out, hey, I am in the community, hey, I am doing this and I have done that and I plan to do these things.
Right.
But the people already know who's in the community.
Right. They know you or they don't.
And it's you can't get no plainer than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
right. And so in my heart, sometimes that question is asked because, you know, is it gonna be shut down back to what's normal if you do not, you know, successfully win this race? And those are great questions that I don't think we've heard in past forums.
No, not necessarily. No.
Yeah, I don't think we've heard
because,
that.
like I said, it was kind of controlled.
Yeah.
These people, these organizations get to ask questions.
Right.
So, you know, they might have a different agenda. You know what I mean? They might be being nice, or they might, you know, not want to ruffle any feathers. So they're not going to ask questions that, you know, somebody from the actual community is going to ask. So
so yeah, I thought that was a very interesting question. So they had 3 minutes, I believe, in the beginning.
Yeah, they did.
To say a little bit about themselves. And how do you think that part went? Like, some people went over, some people were, you know, strategic and they got it in the 3 minutes. How do you think that part went?
Yeah, I think it went all right. I mean, I feel like people get they lose track of what the time is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So before they can actually get to actually telling who they are.
The meat and potatoes.
Right. So they start, it's like a build up and then they try to get to it, but then the time is out. So,
right. And so, and that's one thing that's taught in like your elevator speech. Okay. What is it called?
Is it?
Elevator pitch, something of that nature.
Oh, yeah. That's what it is.
The ability to get in the important things in a short amount of time. Right. And so again, you know, those are the things that I'm paying attention to, you know, your preparedness, you know, because all of these forums have been 1 minute. And to me, that's like, oh my gosh, not enough time. 1 minute, 30 seconds.
You don't think it's enough time?
Oh, no. 2 minutes. I'm just saying you could go on and on and on. I'm just saying you could,
Yeah,
so
you gotta hit those points. And you know what I mean?
well, that's what my point is. It's like it's
okay.
not a lot of time. So
Right.
you have to make sure that what's important to you and what's important to your constituents, that they hear that within that time frame. And to me, that communicates, your preparedness
Yeah.
on what exactly you want to communicate effectively to the people who are going to vote for you.
Right. So let's go to the people
Mm-hmm.
that were, if you were there,
Mm-hmm.
whether you were on the panel or not.
Mm-hmm.
What were your thoughts on how the panel was ran? Do you
Mm-hmm.
think that the questions were really good? How did you think you did? You know what I mean? And I just want to hear some feedback on, if the panelists want to chime in real quick and put in the comment section how you think you did.
And were your campaign managers there? Were your
Mhm.
public relation people there? Like I like to know like how that part is going, because like I've been a part of campaigns before, and
Mhm.
so
So have I.
yeah, people have their campaign managers or they have their PR people who help tailor and structure and organize so that you are effective in your communication. So I'm not sure if I've seen that, or if I know that those people are there and present,
Yeah.
to support and stuff like that. I'm not sure if I've seen that. Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure either.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely needed though,
Yeah.
because I think these people have to hold you accountable. They have to make sure you're prepared,
Mm-hmm.
and it helps you look polished. It helps you to look prepared.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're all human. You're gonna forget
Right.
this and forget that.
Right.
But if you have somebody holding you accountable and making sure your notes are right and
Mm-hmm.
everything is dressed,
Right.
yeah, you
And I
come
think you
across
feel
in a different way.
good. I think you feel good about, what you're delivering and how you're showing up
Yeah.
when you have certain things in order and in place to help you be successful. Because, the president has somebody, there, people,
Advisors
yeah,
and handlers.
across the board, there are people in place to help people be successful. And one thing, Oprah, she's popular to some and unpopular to others.
Yeah.
But one thing she said about her being successful is that, she has a coach for this. She has a coach for this.
Mhm.
She has a coach for this. She has a coach for this. So we look at her and we think, oh, she's just this amazing person. But she has people in place to hold her accountable,
Yeah.
raise her standards and excellence so that she does come off as this polished person to us. And it's just like, being on a team, basketball team, football team, what have you, those players are on the field, they have particular skills, they're
Right.
great, they're on the team because they're good, but they all have to be coached. They all are being pulled to maximize their potential. And so those are some of the things that I consider and I'm looking at and paying attention to as well, just from having the background that I have.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's important to have a team.
Mm-hmm.
Because it definitely helps you to be more polished and more prepared.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it elevates your game too.
Right.
So yeah.
Right. Yeah. Anything else you noticed?
What else did I notice?
I think a lot of people were relatable. I think you mentioned that.
Yeah.
I loved how they referenced their community, involvement and how they've been here for so long. I love the reference of, military service.
Right.
I think it was Mr. Siobhan who stated like he's not necessarily from here.
Right.
However, being a military veteran, combat veteran, he's here to serve and to help his community. And I like that because I don't think that you necessarily have to be from a place in order to contribute in a positive way. I think that, whoever you are, and that's what I used to like to think about as an individual and your gift.
Yeah.
Wherever you're deployed, you're going to bloom. You're going to operate and do what you need to do. And so I like that he brought that up. I think it's very important. If you serve this country, I feel like your home is anywhere you want to call it, So I like that he brought that up.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Anything else?
I think that's it. I think, yeah, for the gist of it.
My last thing is, I'm not sure how long the forum was.
I think it was 2 hours from 12 to 2, right? Yeah, I think it was from 12 to 2.
Right. So, I'm not big on dog and pony shows.
And neither one
Is
of
that
us
right?
are. Yeah,
Right.
neither one
So
of
I'm
us
not
are.
big on that, but I am big on presence. And so I felt that all eyes are on you.
Right.
And so you want to make sure you are putting your best foot forward at all times. So, like, if sitting in the audience and looking at the panelists, like, I don't want to see your head. I don't want to see, you like this.
Yeah.
Slouched over like this, so I think presence is important. I think how you show up, engaging with your constituents, looking them in the eye, smiling, being present, being mindful of your countenance, your facial expressions, and your body language. I think that is so important. And it's like, you're on the stage, you're on the platform, and then you need to show up and represent to the best of your ability. So I think, that's important. Like, just being engaged so that your constituents aren't sitting out in the audience, looking at you, look like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm ready to go, or not really engaging with your eye contact, or not really seeing how you feel about what's being said from other panelists. I think just being mindful of your presentation for the entire time is very, very important. Let's see. Any chance that we as candidates have the opportunity to be in presence of constituents is great. Some of the questions were very thought-provoking. Okay, yeah.
They were. That's why I love when the community gets to ask questions.
Yes.
Yeah, because they actually have good questions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That a lot of people want to ask.
Right.
And want to hear
and
answers
that means something to them. Right. That means something to them.
Right.
I love that. Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Let me see. I think there's another comment here. I just missed it.
Okay, but just to go back to what you said a little bit about, having a team, and how you prepare for an interview. You do mock interviews and you practice because. Now I love this quote, and I love what you always say about how you do what you say. How you do one thing.
How you do anything is how you do everything.
It's how you do everything. That's powerful right there, and it's true. It's true. And I remember hearing Michael Jordan say, he may have made it look easy, but in practice, he is playing as if he's in the game.
Right.
When he's in practice. So practice is actually the game.
Right.
So when he gets actually in the game, he's practicing.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
it's like second nature.
Yeah, it's muscle memory. Everything is, everything should be, he should be reacting based on, all of the practice that he's had. So yeah, just like people always say, and the old quote goes, practice makes perfect. So,
And I love that you brought that up because when you think about when you're going to an interview or you're becoming a part of a board or anything like that, you don't go in there not having a clue about the company, the mission, or the vision. Like you don't go in there shooting from the hip like, I don't know. I'm just here and this is what I think and blah blah blah. So we do our due diligence. We check out their mission, we check out their vision, we see where their weaknesses are and how we can contribute so that we sell ourselves in a way that we get the job or we get the position. And so I think all of that is very much important.
I agree. So yeah, I think we can leave it there.
Okay. I think so too.
Yeah. So we're gonna dive into upcoming events, y'all.
Okay.
I'll let you start first.
1 second. Having a team is very important. However, due to the number of events that were on Saturday, many of the candidates were pulled between several different events. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's where the Interclub Council of Columbus comes into play. So if y'all are not familiar with the Interclub Council of Columbus, they will be, strategically planning different events so that that doesn't happen.
Right.
So if there's space, and I understand with the election, it's kind of hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
People
Because
host how they want to host.
right.
Yeah.
And then too, time is short now.
Yeah.
So
it's getting down to the rubber.
Yeah. Not only that,
but literally, people like for an event that's coming up, and I'm sorry, June 18th. Celebrations and stuff. Literally, just put it out. Just put it out.
Yeah.
Maybe almost less than a month's time. And so like that's not effective marketing. That's not, maximizing the potential of the outcome. So it's just little things like that. Just little things like that.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
So if you don't know, or we don't want anybody to forget, early voting ends Friday, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Friday is the last day for you to vote early. So, if you want to beat the lines, if you want to go ahead and, get in and get out.
Oh, it's done, I think, honey. Friday, May 17th.
Yeah.
Is the last day.
The 17th.
Okay.
Yeah,
yes,
this Friday.
Coming up. Listen, I'm already done with May 17th. Okay.
So make sure you if you want to get your early vote in.
Yes.
And get to the polls before it gets crazy.
Get in and get out.
Friday is the last day. The 17th is the last day you can get in there and get out.
Yes. So City Services Center.
Yes.
Columbus Tech on Manchester. Shirley Winston Rec Center. Those are the areas you can go in and get your vote in, and quickly. The lines are not long right now. And so it's a great opportunity to go ahead in and get your voting done for your candidate. And so you don't have to wait in line or whatnot on May 21st. Yep.
That's right. That's right. And real quick.
Vote, people, vote.
That's right.
Yes.
Speaking of voting, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. Share this, like this. You know what I mean?
Yes,
share, like.
Yes.
We love doing this for y'all. We love trying to add value. And we love to, connect with people and talk about a lot of the topics that we talk about in private anyway.
Right.
Publicly.
Right.
And get feedback and see how we can help change the community and move the culture forward. So,
yes.
Again, we appreciate y'all.
Now, speaking of that, the ballot collection, there was some discrepancies with that.
The absentee ballot.
I did see some information that was posted from Nia's page as well as Ms. Ash's page and probably some others. But make sure you are, paying attention if you're going to submit an absentee ballot. There's the email available if you did not receive your ballot, if you did not receive the information that you need. There's some additional information to follow. And so that you can make sure your vote is casted.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Okay. So where are we gonna start?
So are we still on? We moving past politics.
Right.
And we're moving to where, honey?
So we're gonna move on to upcoming events.
Okay. Okay, listen. So also due to the issue with the absentee ballot, I encourage anyone who requested an absentee ballot and haven't received it, please go ahead and try to vote early. Yes, that is a great recommendation, Miss Ash, Miss Lakitha.
You only got 2 more days.
Yeah, and it's too easy. The lines are not long. Go on in and get what you need done, and and you're done. You're done. So, yeah. Good recommendation. Thank you.
So this is aside from our upcoming events. Lakitha, if you could please explain to us and the rest of the Candid family about the community refrigerator. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Is it the community refrigerator?
Right. We heard from Miss Anderson, Shay Anderson, that there's going to be some community refrigerators being placed in different by different businesses in different locations in Columbus. Your business, As He Leaves, was mentioned as one of them. And then the embassy was another.
Right.
And I think for right now, those are the only 2 that we heard about.
There was another one.
Okay.
So it was the embassy, As He Leads, and I think there was one more. I can't remember where the other one's going to be at. But yeah, so we're just trying to get as much information as we can to not only put it out, but to see, just how we can get involved and what we can do.
Right.
So
because we looked it up and we couldn't find, other than what Mrs. Anderson shared, we couldn't find anything else, or we didn't know where to look to get additional information. We saw the young ladies painting the refrigerator, and we understand that it's going to be set out in the community, and it's just going to be, you know, you go in and you get what you need and you keep it about moving about your business. And so we love to know, like, you know, because we have a lot of questions, how that's going to work and how we can contribute as well.
Right.
Yeah, so if you have any comments or, you know, any know-how about that or can lead us in the right direction, we would greatly appreciate that.
Right. Right.
Okay. So you said we're going into upcoming events and things of that nature?
Yes.
All right. So if you are a part of our email family, then you received an email, and there are several things coming up. There are several jobs that are available for the summer. We are getting a new charter school here in Columbus.
That's right.
I met the lady. She's a doctorate of something.
Okay.
It's called Dominion Purpose Academy. And so they're bringing a new charter school to Columbus, Georgia. And I believe they are going to absolutely operate in excellence. And they are going to tackle some of the issues that is just widespread and prevalent in our education system today. I don't think you've seen it yet, honey, but I went on a whole rant yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
I did.
Where you go on this rant at?
On social media.
Okay.
I was driving and talking, honey, driving and talking. And
share with the class.
And stating that student behavior, state of emergency, student behavior.
Yes, so, it is.
Yes, sir. I don't like to get onto social media and, you know, do this.
Rant and rage.
And so I felt it in my spirit early that morning, and I was like, well, let me just wait. And then I felt the urge again. So yeah, I just communicated some things, you know, from a place of being in the system since 2019 and seeing with my own eyes, you know, what's going on, and is out of control when adults are not able to reel in children.
Yeah.
It's out of control, and there needs to be a movement. There needs to be a campaign to work and fix that. And the simple thing is that if teachers could come to work and do their job without all of the extra crazy that's going on, I think we could retain teachers. I think that they would stay in the profession. Mind you, I seen a post from Miss Cambridge. I think her name is, last name is Miss Cambridge. 11 years ago this year, the same stuff.
The same
problems with schools.
11 years ago?
11 years ago. And the first comment said, why did the superintendent get a raise? Oh, I talked about that.
Yeah.
How is that already like just okay? And you are struggling with giving teachers funds in schools that are failing or considered challenging. How? I'm confused. So I don't feel crazy, because this lady was Caucasian who said this. And she was like, he's sitting in an office, you know, and he's getting 6 figures while teachers are struggling and classrooms and schools are falling apart. Now, I also mentioned that, you know, I'm super excited about the fact that we have a museum and we have a new library, you know, being renovated and what have you, over there on
South Lumpkin.
Yes, South Lumpkin. Super excited. But
you said a new library and what else?
Renovated. And then that museum. East Wash money for the museum.
What museum?
On what is that? Winton Road?
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's already been done. It's open and everything. Millions
and millions of dollars. But we don't have, we sitting in a school board meeting trying to figure out, well, my school needs money.
Right.
And my teachers work hard and they're tired, but this money has to go to this school. I am just confused as how we continue to allow these people to make these decisions that do not reflect the need of the community. And I'm going to say, the lady for District 7 said nothing the entire conversation. She said nothing. The first thing she did say was to motion to dismiss the meeting. That's all she said. She didn't say anything to speak up for or to talk on the behalf of teachers. They vote too. Their constituents too. And when a teacher has to work a second job in this economy because they don't make enough money, or they're a young student coming out of college and they cannot afford to pay all of their bills,
right?
A rent, because rent is high. And I think Dr. Leonard is the only one talking about that being an issue.
Well,
rent is high. You got car insurance. You got a car payment. You got food, groceries, insurance. And I mean, that's just the bare minimum. And you do not have enough money to pay for that stuff. So you got grown kids, 24, 25, still depending on their parents today because they cannot survive in an education field. So you are disconnected. You are not relevant when you do not understand the issues and concerns that's going on in between those walls. And you vote to give a superintendent who's getting 6 figures as it is a raise.
Well, you said a mouthful.
Listen.
Let me say this
right there. Ooh.
So for me, the root of the problem is, to me, it doesn't have anything necessarily to do with the superintendent and the school board members.
Mm-hmm.
The issue is, just like the quote said, let me go back to the quote. Let me go back to the quote real quick.
Okay.
Where is it at? Change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna read the rest of it.
Okay.
So what I mean is,
what you mean is
it's not going to change, and I keep beating this dead horse. It's not going to change until we change it. We can keep blaming the school board members. We can keep blaming the mayor. We can keep blaming city council. We can keep blaming the superintendent. It's not going to change until we change it. These are our babies. The learning starts at learning and the teaching starts at home first. So until we fix our own community, just like Barack Obama said, it's not going to change. Let me read the rest of the quote.
And I'm going to say this.
Hold on.
Oh.
We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the ones we've been waiting for.
Okay.
So, I get what you're saying, but my perspective is we are the ones we've been waiting for. So until we fix it, it's not going to be fixed. So blame whoever you want to, point the finger at whoever you want to point it to, until we fix our babies and take care of our babies and take care of our community and take care of our homes. It's not going to change. Period. So that's the root of the problem. We are the problem.
Well, I'm gonna say
our community is not together. This District 10 seat says it all. We are not together. So until we come together and fix our own problems, we cannot keep looking and pointing the finger at everybody else expecting the problem to go away or be fixed. It's not going to happen.
Right.
It's not going to happen.
So the thing I want to point out and say is that we are sitting on the board. We are sitting on the board.
After all of that I just said.
I'm just saying, honey, we are sitting on the board, and those we's are supposed to represent the constituents to the best of their ability. What are they doing? But they're continuing to be voted in, whatever after whatever, as a we.
Well,
but not making the changes or supporting the changes that are necessary in these school districts and in certain areas.
Well, that's why we have people like Lakeitha
so
who's
we don't
running.
See ourselves as the boss.
That's why we have people like, I feel like you should be running.
No, sir.
Right, I hear that, right?
No.
I feel like teachers who are in the trenches every day are the ones who sit on the board. That's what I think, because you're in there every day. You know from the inside what's happening. You're there every day. You're in the trenches. You're going through it. So they know what the needs are because they're on boots on the ground every day. So again, it's people like Lakeitha who actually care what happens in the community and care what happens in our schools should be on the board. People that we can reach out and touch.
Right. And who's been an active member of the community, whereas it's, volunteering, voting. I mean, because you cannot just all of a sudden sit in a seat and you've never voted and contributed to the society in that way. I'm a little bit confused.
Well,
What's been your contribution up until now? So, yeah.
So again,
Mm-hmm.
until we change it, it's not going to change. So
I'm
not looking. I'm not looking at the superintendent. I'm not looking at the mayor. I'm not looking at all these other people outside of the community to fix our problem. They're not going to fix. For one, they don't even care. Like one or two of them might care. They don't even care. But even if they care or not care, it's our problem to fix.
Okay, so there's a one we on this side. There's 1, 2, 3.
You are something
three
else.
We's on this other side.
She is something else.
They're there, and they're in the areas that represent us.
But they don't represent us.
Well, I'm just saying.
Now if they're asking for a raise for the superintendent.
I'm just saying that's the problem.
No, that's not the problem.
Yes. That's part of the problem.
I feel like
that's part of the problem. Yes.
The root of the problem is us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's us.
They're part of that us.
So. No. If they're voting for a raise for the superintendent, they're not a part of.
11 years later, the same situation.
Listen, we all know what politics is. Politics. You know what I mean? We need people in there who are not going to play that game because it's too much suffering. It's too much pain. These teachers, who can teach when you got to break up fights, deal with weed, vaping, and all these other things? Who can teach?
Yes, and I will never, ever, ever be comfortable with children cursing and using profanity in a classroom. I cannot, and I will never be comfortable with it. So it's like a movement that needs to happen because we are on like this derailment of whatever, and it is moving fast and out of control. And I feel like, that is a serious issue that people are not addressing. They are pacifying, our babies need this and our babies need that. They also need to know how to show up with dignity and respect and class. They need to have accountability and responsibility. Showing up to a class with nothing because you're a part of a Title I school is not going to prepare you for college. It's not going to prepare you for a trade because even you need to bring your tool box. You can't just show up and be like, okay, how I'm going to fix this pipe or how I'm going to do this electricity. You have to be responsible and accountable. And all of that is just going out the window.
Right. That's part of the tragedy right there that you just said. That's part of the tragedy of what's happening to our kids. Mm-hmm. They're being pacified, like you said. They're being pushed along and passed along and not given the proper tools. In the Title I schools. Right.
Not in the other schools because they're showing up with responsibility and with the things that they need and required to have in class. They're showing up with that.
Right. So.
And I get it if some babies don't have it. Like I said this, I get it. But it is oftentimes the minority in that situation. And then when those babies don't have it, like they really don't have it, you provide it for them. Oh, they take care of it. They make sure they bring it to class. Whereas children who they possibly can have it and, they're just not doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, you spending money as a teacher,
right?
And they losing this stuff and they're not bringing it to class and they don't care. So I have went through so many pencils and pens because why should I care? I didn't pay for it. Mama didn't pay for it. And I'm entitled to this. And so that type of mindset, that type of, conditioning that we're providing is what is setting students up for failure.
Right.
And as a culture, we cannot do that. We can't do that. Because that's really setting us back a whole lot.
It is.
And making us non-competitive. in the world.
It is, but again, we gotta fix it, and it starts at home first. So
I said that too.
If we can fix the home, a lot of other things will fall into place. So that's what it's going to take, because you learn how to be responsible. You learn how to be neat, clean, respectful.
Yes.
You learn all of these things first at home.
At home.
So then from there, it goes out into the community,
and
that's how you show up. Right? It's reinforced. You're held accountable. You learn how to be accountable. So all of these things that our babies and our kids should be learning, they're not getting those things.
Nope, they're just learning how to be entitled, how to just show up, and it don't matter if I have a notebook. It doesn't matter. Nothing. They don't even do homework like that. So it's like, what is really going on in our schools? Because it's not the status quo for other schools. So it's unfortunate, and to me, that is a serious cry to anybody that's listening. That is where we're definitely losing our children, is in a school system that's setting them up to fail.
Right, and let me read this quote real quick from one of my favorite activists and pioneers, Brother Malcolm X.
Oh, yes.
He said, when you live, let me make sure this mic is, I need to make sure this come across. When you live in a poor neighborhood, you are living in an area where you have poor schools. When you have poor schools, you have poor teachers. When you have poor teachers, you get a poor education. When you get a poor education, you can only work in a poor paying job.
Yeah.
And that poor paying job enables you to live again in a poor neighborhood.
Correct.
So it's a very vicious cycle.
Correct.
Malcolm X. And that's what we got going on right now.
Right.
That's what we have.
And then you have these people talking about, economic development with high paying jobs. Well, who in the world are going to work those high paying jobs when they're not getting a quality education in most of our schools? Who are those jobs going to go to? And see, that what makes me frustrated, because it's so easy to just say this good stuff that sounds good, but when you get to the nitty gritty, that's not benefiting our community. For you to say we're going to do economic development and we're going to bring in these high paying jobs that you're going to be able to have a living wage. For who?
Right.
We can't even get our children literacy, reading, math. We can't even get them where they need to be in failing schools, much less think that economic development and high paying jobs they're going to qualify for. How?
Right.
So those are my frustrations, because it's time out for fluff for me. It's time out for talking about stuff that sounds good to the ears, but means nothing. Oh yeah, I want to bring economic development, to the community.
Well, it sounds good. It's politics. So of course, some politicians are going to say they're going to have political speeches.
I got my 3 Ds and my 4 Ds and my 5 Ds and my 6 Ds, and so if you are not effectively able to do it now, or trying to do it now, I just don't see it happening later. I don't.
They say this is wishful thinking, but what I would love to see is for us to have our own school board. Just like we have our own Black Chamber of Commerce, we need our own everything.
Yes, that would be.
And then we can fix our own problems.
Right.
We can fix our own problems.
Right, and we can go in there and regulate them children like they need to be regulated, because they are out of control, to the point that I am just wondering, do they attend any type of church? I don't
think it matters.
Religion. What is really going on? We grew up, you got your 10 commandments, you got some type of morals and values.
That time is over. You know how I feel about that. That time has come and gone. Honey, you can't go back.
Well, what is it today?
We need a new solution for a new problem.
Well, what is it today, though? Morals and values, honey.
Listen, my mantra is for us, by us. We need to take care of our own.
Yeah.
In order for the problem to be fixed, we got to fix it. It's simple and plain.
Listen. I'm talking about morals and values. Where is that at? People, children.
It starts in the home
will
first.
Curse profanity with adults like it's okay. Like,
yeah, but nobody's holding them accountable. Like
that part.
So you can't, you cannot blame. I don't blame the kids for what they're doing. I don't blame them because these kids are raising them. A lot of them are raising themselves, or they're raised by their favorite rap artist, or they're raised by their favorite entertainer. So most people, what they see, they want to become what they see.
Yeah.
So they're a product of whatever environment that they're in. They're a product of that. Whether it be a 2-parent home where the mother and the father excel and they expect the same thing out of their kids, or they come from a home where mom is on drugs, dad is nowhere to be found, uncle is molesting you. So that's what they come from.
Right. And
you know what I mean? So that's what you get.
Many of our students are dealing with social, emotional trauma.
Thank you.
As root issues. But who's speaking on that? We do amazing though. We're not doing amazing. And so, and that is so true. Now, I know there's a school, they have a counselor on every hallway. I like that approach. Now, are they seeing these students for their social and emotional issues? I have no idea. But I do know that they have more than one counselor, more than 2 counselors. There's one per grade level. And I think that is so important that these children have an outlet and a place that they can go and work through their trauma and their issues. But I don't think that's what's happening in these settings. I don't know, but I don't think
it's
that's
not
what's
happening. The proof is in the pudding. It's not happening.
I don't think that's what's happening.
It's not happening.
It looks good, but I don't think that's what it's serving. So a student can show up and exhibit certain behavioral situations, and instead of them getting like for 6 weeks or for 4 weeks, you're going to come see me. We're going to work through this. I'm going to teach you coping skills. I'm going to help you process and heal. I don't think that's going on. I think, you getting written up and you getting sent home, or, you better ship it up and ship it out or whatever. I don't think that I think guidance people, counselors, they're supposed to have counseling background, right? Like therapy, are they?
We'll look into that. If y'all know, put it in the comment section, put it in the chat. If y'all know the type of background that counselors are supposed to have, to be in these positions.
Because we don't need them to be hired to do schedules and to, plan graduations and to plan stuff like that. We actually need them to operate in their skill and actually provide coping skills, healing and groups and, and all this kind of stuff for these children to help them. So I tell you what.
Yeah, it's a lot to unpack, but yeah. So.
And like you said, it starts at home, and so it's not the case for everybody, but for the majority of our babies, like their environment is a reflection of what we're seeing. It's time out for do as I say and not as I do. Research will tell you that a child is not ever going to do what you say, but they're more than likely to do what you do. They're going to mirror what you do. And when you ask children, like, how, you use profanity, well, mama told me to say this. So they're desensitized to the fact that they are showing up in the world. And when I tell you it is horribly bad, they are showing up in the world.
Not horribly bad.
Horribly bad.
It is.
They are showing up in the world.
But listen.
With the cuss words, honey.
Yeah, it's a sad situation. It's unfortunate, but it's sad. Yeah. But we can change it. We can fix it.
We can. And then the quality, like, all teachers are good. Most teachers are good. All teachers are not. Quality of the, instruction, the teachers, the morals and the values that are in the school system today contribute to a lot of the problems. You think about the teachers that you have. When you see your teachers now, and how they carry themselves and conduct themselves, you think about how they were for you in middle school and elementary school and high school. Like, what did you think about your teachers?
Well, you see, we always run into my 6th grade social studies teacher. So you see how she carries herself.
Right.
She carried herself the same way when I was in middle school.
Right.
With excellence, she held us to a high standard. She didn't, try to play down. Oh well, they're from certain communities. She didn't do any of that.
No. Right.
She challenged us. She held us accountable. She made sure that we were cultured. She would tell us things about, our history and our people. So it was a different standard back then. But again, we can't go back. We can't live in the past. Like we'll get nowhere if we keep talking about what used to be. We'll get nowhere.
So the thing is that I bring that up to say that, we have a reference point of the quality of teachers that contributed to the society of students we have in the world today. We have a reference point.
We do.
And if you reference and you parallel that with the teachers, because we can't get teachers, we can't keep teachers, so you take in whatever you can take. You parallel that with what's going on in the culture in school, it is a hot mess. If you don't give a D, I don't give an F. Walking down the hallway, I'm sitting in a classroom, heard it just as loud and clear.
This came from a teacher now, not a student.
From an adult.
Yeah, so
this is what's contributing to, and the students are allowed to use profanity, right along with them, right in front of them, because these are younger babies, children or adults who are of a younger generation, and they want to be their friends, or they're so close in age. I don't know, because I remember having a 27-year-old English teacher, and I still had reference for her, like, and this was in high school.
Yeah.
So,
but because they were cut from a different cloth.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't think you understand.
I'm tracking, honey. I'm tracking.
So they were cut, but we're in a different time and era now. So we have to have a new solution for a new problem. Like we cannot solve this problem with old solutions. It's not going to work, because we are dealing with a different mindset. We are dealing with a different. These kids are exposed to totally different things than we were.
But even,
you know what I mean? So the teachers back then didn't have to fight and fuss with what y'all have to fight and fuss with now.
Even though I don't care what I got to fuss and fight with, I will not ever, you will not ever hear me using that type of language with a student. Neither will I ever be comfortable with them using any type of language in front of me. Now, I'm considered a little bit on the older end. So it's these students who are these folks who are like 30s and below, I guess. Something is not right. And I'm not saying, I get you said we got to change things, we got to fix things. So what does that mean? That they don't need to be in the school system?
So again, for me, what it means is it's a new day and time. It needs to be a new solution.
Okay.
So, we can't, I keep hearing elders talk about what was and we cannot have that mindset. It's a new day and time. Like you can't keep, you can't put old bandages, what is it? How do they say it?
Old wine and something.
Right. In new wineskins. You cannot do it. Yeah. This is a new problem. You got to address it in a new way. That's what it is for me.
We do good making sure the outside looks good or making the numbers look good.
That's where it's at, the numbers.
What's important continue to suffer. We must have accountability from all ends. Absolutely correct. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That is absolutely correct. Accountability from all ends. And another thing I mentioned in my rant was, encouraging, what do you call that? A curfew. These jokers don't need to be out after 9 o'clock during the week. If you can't do homework and if you can't do certain things, you don't need to be out in the streets playing around. None of that.
Listen.
So let me finish.
Go ahead.
So guess what? Citations for everybody, because guess what? If your kid is out in the streets and you have no idea what they're doing and they're breaking into people's cars and neighbors are afraid to report them, they need a citation and the parent needs a citation for it's negligence. I remember I told you the story.
Okay.
As a soldier, I had a soldier. The MPs picked her child up from the park. She was at the house. They brought the child, to the house.
Mm-hmm.
Then they reported her to the sergeant major. From that
Okay.
moment, I had to go to her house because when she opened the door, it was disgusting and it was dirty. And then when they opened the door, they reported to the sergeant major. Then, as her NCOIC, I had to go to her house and do checks. I don't want to do that. I'm the last person that she even ever wanted to come to her house because, like, I'm a neat freak about it. So every little thing, the trash can is white and it's black. You need to clean this. I probably was a little bit more too strict on her about cleanliness than somebody else would have been because, you know, I'm about that life when it comes to cleanliness. But, you know, I didn't want to be in her business like that. But because that child was somewhere else and those were the results, she was accountable. She was held accountable for her child being here and she being here, or the child doing this and she's not watching or keeping up with her child. So I believe the same thing in the city needs to be enforced. If they're in school, they need a curfew. They don't need to be out in the streets past a certain time. They need to be at home, preparing to go to bed and get ready for school the next day. Honey, now I'm not missing no point. We must respect our past, but embrace the future. Now, you say that, but you know I know. I have had babies tell me, at least she left me the EBT card. Mom is nowhere in sight. Right. Child is raising themselves. Right. I'm tracking that, but who's holding her accountable to not do that? Because we're letting that child fall through the cracks when nobody is holding her accountable to take care of her child or to make sure she at least is around and know where they are. You can't just leave a child with an EBT card and let them raise themselves. Somebody needs to be held accountable in that situation, and it needs to be the parent. That's all I'm trying to say. There needs to be some reeling in of just being wild and loose all over the place, doing whatever you want to do, and nobody's holding anybody accountable. When a child can stand on the side of the street and vape, wide open, in middle school, we have a problem. They're not even trying to hide it. We have a problem.
Okay. So listen, for time's sake, we'll leave it there. Of course, we can talk about this. You know, there's so much more to say, so much more to add, but we have not gone through our upcoming events, and we are running out of time.
Oh, listen, honey.
But before we even go any further, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Share. Make sure y'all like this. Don't forget to share. Thumbs up. We appreciate it.
And solutions. I am here for the cause. Yeah. Like, you know, I want to be able to submit solutions to whoever, you know, that we can get some things approved and, you know, start, you know, just implementing, because when I tell you, and I am not exaggerating, that it is out of control. It is a state of emergency. It is that. It very much is. It is in our schools. Now, it may be bad in some of them other schools too, but theirs is different. No. It's different.
They don't have no excuse though.
Yeah, it's different. They
don't have any excuse.
Yeah, it's different.
You know, for what they get.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah. So I got some health tips, but okay, yeah, we running out of time. The events,
listen, I'll share it in the post. So go ahead with the health tips, honey.
Okay. So I'm just gonna give y'all what I ate today, and then give y'all, you know, the benefits of, you know, what I get and the benefits of what you'll get if you eat some of these foods. So
yeah, it was super healthy health today.
I mean, for the most part, yeah. So what I had was for breakfast, I had water, just water. Drink water, and then around lunchtime, I eat. Mm-hmm. So from the time I get up till noon, I don't eat anything normally. I just drink water. And then from there, you know, water keeps you full. From there, what I had for lunch was I had pistachios, I had a salad, and I had my tea, my green tea.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I had for lunch. So after lunch is usually around 12:30. I didn't eat anything else, just drank more water.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, left work, hit the gym, worked out. And then from there, I had my honeydew melon, carrots, blueberries, and then chicken, rice, mixed vegetables, and my favorite coconut milk with chocolate syrup.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but that's what I ate today. A lot of it is healthy. You get a lot of your nutrients in there. You get a lot of your vitamins and minerals in natural food. So that's what I ate today. But I just want to highlight. Let me see. Blueberries are both delicious and high in antioxidants. Let's see.
I like blueberries.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up eating them though as a kid.
Neither did we. Neither did we. But they are low in calories, so you can eat as many as you want, and you really won't get full. And they're good for you. They have antioxidants, and they have they're supposed to be, I can't remember what the word is, but they help fight cancer. Chicken breast or chicken is low in fat and calories, but high in protein. It's a great source of many nutrients. How many of y'all know that protein keeps you full? So if you eat a lot of carbs and you wonder why you can eat a lot throughout the day, that's why. Because carbs, you burn off carbs really fast. Eat a lot of protein, I guarantee you will stay full longer.
Right.
Drink a lot of water, you will stay full longer.
So that's like almonds, peanuts.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Protein. So eat a lot of protein, more protein than carbs. Carbs gives you energy, of course. But you need more protein. I had a Red Bull today too, by the way.
Oh my.
But I needed it because I wasn't going to be able to work out. My energy was low, so I needed a pick-me-up is what I needed.
So tell me about my rice cakes. Are those what'd you call
those
them?
Those are carbs, carbohydrates. Those are complex. So there's complex carbs, and there are, what's the other one? Simple carbs, I think. But yeah, carbs give you energy. So yeah, but you want to focus, you want to stay full. You know, you want to stay full, so you eat a lot of protein that keeps you full.
Okay, I'm addicted to the caramel rice cakes, Quaker Oat, I believe. Oh,
yes, and they're good for you. They're healthy. They're low in calories. So yeah, so let me just read this real quick. Let's see. A lot of nuts are high in fats too, but they're healthy fats, which your body needs: fats, carbs, protein, all that good stuff. So yeah, so I would recommend. Let me see. Of course, broccoli is good for you. Kale has a funny taste. It's an acquired taste, in my opinion.
I like kale.
Asparagus, yeah. Salmon is a good protein. Shrimp, if you like shrimp, that's a good protein. Tuna, if you like tuna, that is a great protein. It's inexpensive, so you can get a lot of cans and eat throughout the week. Get your protein in there. So yeah, I'll leave it there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we talked about politics. We talked about the school system. We talked about upcoming events, and again, we will share what's upcoming in this post here or this podcast here. And we talked about health tips.
Right. And don't forget your vitamins. Don't forget your Centrum. If you're not getting all your vitamins, I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, honey.
If you're not getting all your vitamins through your food, you have a supplement. Get you some vitamins. Get you some Centrum. Get you some a good overall healthy vitamin.
Right.
I can't remember what the word is. A multivitamin. Get you a good, not the gummy.
Hey, I'm a gummy fan.
But those gummies are not what you think. They're not actually putting the vitamins that you need in those gummies. So I hate to bust your bubble.
Okay. Yeah. You sure it's not absorbed in there somehow?
Do your own due diligence. I'm just telling you what I know. Yeah. From what I researched, you're not getting what you think you're getting out of a gummy, which is why you see so many on the shelves.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a gummy for everything.
Oh man. So they're hooking me up for failure. So there's a lot of events going on between now and the end of September sometime. We have uploaded what we've been able to find and what people have shared with us. So make sure you check out those events. But one of the most important things that's going on between today and this weekend is graduation.
Yes.
Congratulations to all of the parents. I will say the parents first. Bless your heart. And congratulations on your babies walking across those stages this weekend and whenever, however long it's going to be extended.
Yeah.
I understand that if you are not able to go in person, you can check it on WTVM.
That's right.
They'll be streaming live. So congratulations. We have some Candid family who has babies who are walking the stage.
That's right.
Congratulations.
Central High School.
Yes. And
Quay Turner, aka Quay.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Yes, yes. And Miss Cambridge, and I hope I'm saying her name right, but I believe her baby is also walking across the stage as well.
Congratulations.
So congratulations. This is a major, major milestone. And parenting is tough, honey. I don't recommend it. I do not recommend it. So congratulations.
Especially in these times.
Congratulations on just being able to make it to this point. And we wish you all the best.
That's right.
In your future endeavors, these young people as they embark on a new journey in life. And I will say this, never get too big for your britches. Okay? Your parents have lived, they have experienced good, bad, and the ugly.
Yeah.
And all they want is the absolute best for you. And they are going to guide you in a way that's going to set you up for success. No parent is going to be giving their child bad advice for them to fail. So please.
The majority of parents won't.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yes. So yes, please listen to your parents. Please don't allow your britches to get too big where you think you don't need them or you don't need to listen to what they have to say.
Right. Wise counsel.
As they have been here with you all of this time and gotten you to this point. So what makes you think that they cannot continue to mentor and shape and help you to be great in your future life?
That's right.
So yeah, sharing that. And I have one more thing I want to share, honey.
Okay,
that's okay.
Go ahead, share away.
Okay, so yeah, I was on social media today. I think I think that I shared this with you as well. I seen a post earlier from Nia for Georgia 140, and she was talking about how signs don't vote. And I thought that was an important point to just kind of reiterate and discuss. People can have coins for days, pay for all kinds of stuff, but that does not qualify them to lead effectively and bring about the change that we need in this community. So it doesn't matter, because that's what it is. It's this law of repetition. The more you see something, the easier it is for you to remember it, vote for it, consider it, whatever. It's going to be in your subconscious. So that's the whole game. It's not necessarily that the quality of whoever has put all of these signs out there is going to represent as well. But it's just the law of repetition. And I was kind of telling you, I thought, these TTs, right? Easy confusion. Want
to expound?
Nah. I do.
She said,
so,
nah.
Yeah, I will. So you have Toya Tucker.
Okay.
And then you have Tyrone. You better call Tyrone. Thomas. Don't get confused, people. TTs. I felt like, maybe that was encouraged or done on purpose. It's, some demographic of people be like, I think it was.
Yeah.
I know it started with.
Right. Mess around. Yeah.
Right. So just make sure, you take your time on your ballots. Make sure you're voting with your conscience and not because it's just somebody's sign that you've seen multiple times all over the place. So yeah, I just wanted to share that and reiterate that. And I'm very grateful that she brought that to the table. One of the things that I really feel like is divisive, again, for our community is politics as well as sports. Those are two things that will separate us in a minute.
And religion.
Yeah, and we on this side and you on that side when we really need to be coming together. So I wish everybody the best. And I wish that we could find a way to rise above you trying to do my music like on the Sandman on Apollo.
Hey, listen, we appreciate y'all. We really, really appreciate y'all. Like, share, thumbs up, thumbs up. To all the mothers who celebrated Mother's Day this weekend, we hope you enjoyed your Mother's Day. Shout out to all of the African American owned business owners, Ashley Lee's, Larry's, Just Mine. Shout out to all of our candidates that look like us. Support where you can. Support the real. Support those that you know are for the community. Unite
because
for us, by
actions
us.
Speak louder than words.
That's right.
Yes.
Where is that? So again, that's all the time we got, y'all. We appreciate y'all. Enjoy the rest of your week. Make sure y'all tune in Sunday. We'll be back with a great show for y'all. We appreciate it. Another episode of Candid Conversation. Not popular. Where you going?
Oh, honey.
Y'all see how she just took off?
But important.
Bam, there it is, y'all. Peace and love. We'll see y'all next time.
That's that music. Turn it up over here.